Andrew, welcome back to a brand new exciting video. I hope the Ann crew is having a fantastic day. Today, I've got a really exciting tutorial for you guys that a bunch of people have been requesting. Last Thursday, I posted an Instagram edit. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, well, excuse you. Anyways, in this Instagram edit, I had a little background sky replacement effect that a lot of people were curious about and wanted to see a tutorial on. Real quick though, before we jump into this effect, I just wanted to talk about a super cool editing opportunity for all of you guys out there. This October on the 17th and the 18th, I'm gonna be going to the NAB conference in New York City. What this conference is a bunch of the industry's leading professionals in editing and other areas of film production. They come, they meet, they teach you tons of different cool things. There's tons of different classes and courses, and you can learn from the industry's leading professionals. It's an amazing opportunity. I can't wait to go. It's gonna be a ton of fun. I'm gonna link their website in the description down below. You guys can check it out for more details about who exactly is going to be attending, what exact classes they're going to be teaching, and stuff like that. And I'm totally looking forward to it, so I just want to let you guys know about that. Okay, so I'm in After Effects, and I'm actually going to show you guys two different ways to replace the sky. The reason why I'm showing you two different methods is because not all sky replacements are a one-size-fits-all effect. Oftentimes, certain methods of sky replacements don't work perfectly for certain types of videos. You sort of just have to experiment between these two different methods and see which works best for your individual videos. The first way I'll teach you, and the easiest way, is to use a Luma key. What you do is go over to Effects and Presets, type in Luma key. It's going to be under Obsolete, and you can select it, drag it down onto the clip that you want to replace the sky of, and then you're going to go over to your effects controls, and you're going to have the option to change the key type. We're going to change it from key out darker to key out brighter. And as you can see, now we can't see any of our video. But if we go down to this effect, it's called the threshold. We can slowly bring this threshold up and bring back our video. Slowly. I think right about there is perfect. So now if we go over to the time lapse that we want to replace the sky with and we drag it under, now you can see we've got the time lapse right underneath our video file. That was easy enough, right? There's a couple things I'm going to fix really quickly. If you look close, you can see there's a little bit of white amongst these trees, and this is a very common problem with sky replacements. Oftentimes, especially with trees, you'll get these little white lines surrounding the branches of the individual trees, and this is referred to as haloing. No one likes haloing, you don't like haloing, and it's a really good way to give away to people that you're an amateur editor and you really don't know what you're doing. So at all costs, avoid haloing. There's a couple things we can do to get rid of it. The first thing is we can go over to edge thin and just bring it up by 1. That's gonna help us a little bit. The second thing we can do is bring up this edge feather. I brought it up to 2. And the final thing I do is I go over to Effects and Presets and type in Key Cleaner. This is gonna be under the keying category. Drag that down on top of your effect, and that's just gonna do its best to clean it up a bit. So that's the first method, and probably the easiest method for replacing a sky. A lot of times this works perfectly, but because of the haloing that is in the water, I actually did not use this method for my Instagram edit. The method that I used is using something called a linear burn. So the first thing I'm gonna do for this method is drag my clouds file on top. And then just for the purpose of organization, I'm gonna rename this file clouds, and I'm gonna rename this file pipe bridge. Something like that. Now what you do is you select the pipe bridge layer or whatever layer you're using and hit Control D on PC or Command D on Mac, and that's going to duplicate that layer and drag the duplicated layer just right up to the top. Now I'm going to turn off this pipe bridge too, select my clouds file. I'm going to go over to the blending mode. If you don't have these blending mode options, try to hit this toggle switches and modes button. It should hopefully bring it up. And then change the blending mode from normal to linear burn. Now linear burn does an incredible job replacing your skies. As you can see, there's no haloing at all. It's replaced the sky in the water, which is super important. There's no haloing there either. But what you can see is that all of this has turned completely black. There's no detail, no information at all. The way you fix that is go over to this clouds layer and go over to the track matte option and change the track matte to Luma matte. Now as you guys can see, that brings back all the information that we had, and it looks amazing. Okay guys, so those are the two different ways to easily replace a sky. Now the question is probably going to be, Andrew, how did you get yourself walking across the bridge? The easiest way to do this would be to actually film yourself walking across this little bridge pipe and then just replace the sky normally, as I just showed you how to do. But I went about it a slightly different way. What I did is I actually bought a $17 green screen on Amazon. I set up the green screen in my room, and as you guys can see, I just filmed myself walking across the green screen in the middle of my room. I did a terrible job setting up the green screen and lighting it, but it it did work in the end, and that's really all that matters. Now, if you don't want to buy a green screen, another option would be, like I said, just to film yourself walking across the bridge in real time, or what you could do is rotoscope yourself out using masks. I do not suggest this option. Rotoscoping is a giant pain in the butt. I do not enjoy it at all, and I do not suggest you even attempt to do it. I do masking on a regular basis, but I try to avoid masking things as complex as the human body walking. So personally, I like to go for the green screen method. What I did is I just quickly keyed out myself from this green screen, dragged it on top of the bridge, scaled myself down, positioned myself correctly, and that was it. Now I had myself walking across the bridge with the sky moving. The next thing that I did is I went back over to my effects and presets, and I added a curves effect. It will be under color correction, and I just brought up the shadows on me a little bit. I just tried to match myself to the background a little bit better. The last thing that I did is I went up to layer, new, adjustment layer, and then I went back over to effects and presets, and I added a brightness and contrast effect. I keyframed both brightness and contrast at the beginning of the layer. In the beginning, I'm going to keyframe brightness at -50, and then I'm going to keyframe the contrast at 100. And actually, I'm still a little bit too bright, so I'm going to make myself darker inside of the curves. And then I'm going to go to the end of the clip, and I'm going to keyframe the brightness at -30 and the contrast at 50. And now we can RAM preview it and watch our work. There you go, guys. That is how you do an insane sky replacement in Adobe After Effects. I hope this dispelled some of the myths. I hope these methods will help you in your sky replacement endeavors, and I hope you guys just overall enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys are new to my channel, if you have not joined the Crew is a place for creative entrepreneurs, social innovators, aspiring editors, aspiring YouTubers, aspiring filmmakers, and just people like that. Subscribe, hit that bell to turn on post notifications, and I'll catch you on Wednesday. Peace.